Well, hello, everybody. Thank you, Carmel, for the introduction. Now I'm more nervous and more and everything. Like every time I get invited to give a keynote like this, I regret. I accept because I get really nervous all this time. And yet, here I am. So let's start. This is not working very well. Well, it's okay. Spoiler, my real name is Isabel Inés Casasnovas, but for some reason it doesn't even work, not even in Spanish. There's a lot of S's and there's a lot of names and nobody kind of gets it right. So it's really confusing, but as Carmel says, I also have a great alias. It's a nickname I got before even social media existed, and it's Ludita. And I like it because in Spanish, Ludita sounds like lúdico, like playful and funny and happy, no? But the real meaning of Ludita goes way beyond that. Ludita, if you remember the Industrial Revolution, the Ludita movement was that one that felt that the machines were going to finish with human labor, and they were against progress, and they destroyed the machines. I don't know if you relate with nowadays, but it's kind of similar. The thing is that my friend Gorriti, the one who called me Ludita, called me Ludita because he said I am the least technological person he knew. No? And that is kind of funny because my mother still thinks that I can fix her computer, you know? So I don't know if you can relate to this, that I spend all my professional life in this bridge between digital and analog, like Carmel said already, and the more digital, and I agree with this that I said like 10 years ago, like the more digital I am, the more analog I become, because I think technology can never go beyond people. So this is archaeology of the web sphere in Spain, and especially in Madrid. This is 2003, and back in the early 2000s, I was part of this community of weirdos, nerds, whatever you call it, designers and developers, that we, instead of following the fashion of the wow effect and the splash page and the flashy contents and everything moving, we were worried and we care about the usability of the webs and the applications that we were designing. And as a community, we met every month to cry on each other's shoulders, but especially to share all we were learning and all we were reading about usability, about the discipline, about user experience. Now, we were building together like the insights, the core of the discipline. And you know, like by sharing our experience, our failures, our doubts, our successes, like we were shaping the profession, the user experience as a profession. By the way, this picture is from the first unconference. I was as nervous as I am today, and I feel like we should do more unconferences, but that's another story. That's for another. Okay. And this is me in a different stage in 2020. Okay, this is the ceremony of the Spanish National Design and Innovation Awards. And these are the king and the queen of Spain giving me my award. No? There hasn't been many women awarded for a whole career in design. And I was the first digital designer to receive this award for a professional career. So my award was for me a great honor, and I thought it was an award for this whole generation of weirdos that we started, like worrying more about the usability of the websites than the flashy effects. So, and this is what the jury highlighted about my prize, not my award. Okay, they said I was the pioneer, like Carmel did a good job, pioneer in the emerging disciplines of design. Our disciplines still don't have a name, okay? And to open the new pathways, to build communities, promote learning, and train the new generation of designers. Okay, now imagine you are in a full auditorium, bigger than this, and in front of you are your mother and your father, your siblings, your husband or your wife, your partner, your business partners, good friends, and other designers that are a professional reference for you. The Minister of Education and Science, who happens to be an astronaut that has been around in the space, and the King and the Queen of Spain. So what do you say? And make sure it's compliant with the Royal House policies, because you cannot say anything. I mean, you cannot say just anything, okay? So what I did is I spoke about the power that we as innovators and designers have, and how technology is probably, I mean, we can do anything with technology, but it is our choice to put people first, no? And to do user-centered design. And I said something like this. It's in Spanish, so the translation is going to be kind of funny. Okay.
Yo creo, retomando el hilo de Paco, que si la innovación es el motor del cambio, el diseño es como la brújula y el norte son las personas.
Okay, not mind-blowing, but this is what I said, no? That innovation is the engine of change, design is the compass, and the people are the North Star. I already told you, no? So, just some people here are going to appreciate this. Because I get very nervous when I'm on stage, I get very nervous preparing my keynotes, so I always ask for help. And this time I asked for help to one of my dearest friends and partner, Ignacio Buenombre. And a couple of weeks before, we prepared this sentence. We made up this sentence. So he always tells me that he cried when he heard me pronounce these words, no? Because we made it together, and it was kind of like, wow, I made it, no? I said it. So, next year, in 2022, this is the inaugural speech of the ceremony, and this is the King of Spain, and guess what he said?
Queridos premiados, enhorabuena por esta distinción tan merecida sin duda, y que a la vez os confiere la responsabilidad de ser un ejemplo para quienes vengan detrás, para las próximas generaciones. Siempre, eso sí, y siguiendo una reflexión muy reveladora que se compartió en la pasada edición, con la innovación como motor del cambio, el diseño como brújula y avanzando hacia un norte que conforman las personas.
Okay, for those of you who don't speak Spanish, he retweeted me, okay? Yeah, he first congratulated the people with the awards, and then he spoke a little bit about accountability and how they were becoming role models, and then he retweeted me, okay? And okay, I don't know if sometimes you feel like powerless and you feel that you are on your own, working on your computer things and small designs, and you think that nothing that you do can get the impact that you would like it to have? Well, I do. But then sometimes, there is examples in life that demonstrate that what we do matters. And what I did in the early 2000s was necessary for the king to tell their friends in a dinner that innovation doesn't make sense if it's not helped with design and if it's not focused in people. And he can sit in better places than we sit, no? And he can influence, and he can have the conversation. Sorry, I'm nervous. He can have these conversations with people that make the big decisions. And that's the reason why I'm here today, okay? Okay. I'm not blank. I'm not done either. But I'm trying to connect with you in the audience, with myself, and with my message. Because to me, connection is the very essence of internet. That's why, connection is why internet was created at the end, no? And also, connection is what, like the very deep and meaning of the human being, no? And we are the ones building the internet and the digital stuff. And the more it grows, the more we feel disconnected, the more we start to realize that the screens and the devices and the mobiles and everything disconnect us, no? And I'm worried about this. So I was looking for a scientific example that could demonstrate this power of connection that I'm talking about. And I came out with this example that I really like. And it's about the sunflowers. You all know how the sunflowers work, right? It's like when the sun comes, they follow the sun. But the thing that I like about them is what happens on cloudy days. And it happens that they turn to each other to get, to give each other's energy. And I thought that was beautiful. And because connection, to me, is the force that moves me in life, and the place to start creating, and the one place where it makes sense to create. So, La nave nodriza, that is Spanish for mothership, is the best thing I've created in my life. There's some alumni here, so I really, really, really thank you to be here, and thank you, Carmel, too. Because it's not a huge school, it's a small school. And okay, so the good thing when your profession doesn't exist is that you can make it all up from the beginning, no? You can just invent it. The bad thing is that there is nowhere to learn it. So that's why we created La Nave Nodriza. La Nave Nodriza is the school where we wish we had learned user experience design. And these are my founding partners, Juan Leal, Ignacio Buenombre. For those of you who don't speak Spanish, that means loyal and good man. Those are my partners, okay? And La Nave Nodriza started with one only digital product design course, kind of like a master course. And nowadays, we think of ourselves like a big tree with three branches, no? One of the branches is still about user experience, and all the professions that are emerging around user experience, like PM and UX research and UX, UI, strategic designer, etc. service. There is another branch, like wider, that speaks about humanistic technology, with especially bringing critical thinking to technology, especially AI and voice devices, etc. And there is another branch that goes like cross for everything, because technology is not only changing the way we interact in the world, it's also changing the way we interact in the organizations, and the old models of organizations don't work anymore. So we are also getting into organizational change and how the new ways of leadership and meaningful communication and rituals, etc. So we say La Nave Nodriza is a space for learning and reflecting on digital products and services with a humanistic perspective. And basically that's what we do, no? We get together with the sector, with the professionals of the sector, and try to, to keep on building the discipline, no? And to ask the good questions, no? What kind of digital work we want to create. And being a professional community means that sometimes you are the apprentice and sometimes you are the master, no? And one day you are sitting in the chair and thinking that you don't know anything about something, and then the next day you are mentoring a project of a student, and then the next day you are the person with the more expertise in the room. And this is something that we always keep on changing the different hats. And still, beyond the content of the program, of the workshop, of the class, or whatever, there are some skills that we think that are necessary for anybody creating the digital and the real world like we are, no? And it's about creativity and innovation and how we learn, but also about working in teams and working with different disciplines, and also and especially it's about citizenship, it's about accountability with the rest of our society, and it's about developing critical thinking. And of course, whatever we do, we cannot do it like giving our back to the planet. So we say the planet is our client, and all the projects that our students do are based on the development goals of the United Nations. And so our students don't design for this big, huge blue bank, or they don't design for the network for this red soda company, but they really look for the real challenges of global warming, or their neighborhood, or loneliness, or you name it, and they design good digital products and services for them. And guess what? The business model emerges in that case. But also we publish all the case studies so anyone can use them. Okay, we try to empower our students, and that's why I'm here today also. No? What we do matters. Our work matters. Our design and development decisions matter. And their impact goes beyond the technology that we build. We're not just writing programs, pushing boxes, screens, code, whatever, user journeys. Our voice is relevant, and I showed you already with the king. So we design learning experiences that help us learn and feel connected. Oh, I forgot about this video. So, do you remember the sunflowers? You know, I design learning experiences, and there is an experiment that I would like to practice with all of you. Are you okay? Do you trust me? Okay. So, first of all, I'm going to ask you to close your eyes. And you see me here? And think of the thing or the person. I mean, your thing, your person, your pet, whatever you love the most. Think of it for a while. Think, why is it important for you? I see a lot of smiles. It doesn't have to be a person, it can be, I don't know, whatever it's important for you, whatever you love the most, but this is the thing. Connect with the love that you have for it. You have it. Hope you're enjoying it. Okay. And now there's something we're going to do. We're going to become a field of sunflowers. So, Carmel, can you come here, please? And we are going to show what we are going to do. You can open your eyes, and you turn to the person you have in front. You take your telephone. You light your torch. You raise your hand, and you focus the person you have in front, and she is going to do the same with you, okay? Go. This is not, hold on, don't do it yet. Hold on, don't do it yet, because this is not the important part, okay? The important part is that we are going to look at each other's eyes, and we are going to tell only with our eyes to the other person about that one love that we thought about, okay? So now, please, now it's time for you to do it. Is it clear? Okay, please stand up. Everybody stand up. Okay. Now look at the person you have by your side, getting couples. Okay. Raise your hand. Light the torch. I know it's kind of awkward, but I ask you for silence. Please, silence, please. I know it's kind of difficult, but it's also very powerful. So please, in silence, look at each other's eyes and tell them with your eyes, with no words, what's this that you love the most? Okay, thank you very much. It's been beautiful. Okay, we are, you are, the people who are building the digital world, no? And the digital world is the real world. And the real world, is our world. We decide what processes, what prompts, what code lines are the ones that shape the programs, the apps, and the websites, and the reality that is around us. And I think it's our hands to make a better, a fairer, an easier, and a more beautiful world. Thank you very much.